And this is kind of my first time kind of touching into some type of like political or like controversial topic. So yeah, so there's this trend where people will, I'll put a picture up. Okay, so give me 1 second, chat. 1 second. There's this new trend going around on Twitter that biological women who are women with no masculine features will, yeah, that's where I got the inspiration from, MZ, because I needed some help, some inspiration. So biological women, like feminine women, women who present as women, are now going around on Twitter saying that they go by he, him, but they look like this. Like, I feel like this is a joke. This is really not progressive for the trans community. It's actually really damaging, because now we have people who just stick labels onto something and just go by it. Men have been going by she, her, while being completely mask carry for a while. Listen, I am all for being masculine, being femme. I am all for that, but majority, 98% of these people that have like, mask, transmasc, I think they are transgender, which is just, I feel like it just removes the whole point of being trans, because no, transmasc was transmasculine. Oh, you mean oh, you're making a joke. Oh my god, not me. Woody, I'm in my serious mode. Okay, I'm very serious. They want to be trans. So, and this poor, like, I have no, this is a woman. Like, this is me being brutally honest. I'm sure they're a great person, but there's no need to slap trans mask he, him, when there's nothing about you that's he, him. There's no progression. There's actually, you're like going backwards, like regression. Like, when I see people like this, I feel just sad. I feel empty. I feel like it's kind of like making like a mockery of like trans people who actually have gender dysphoria, that get surgery, that have been out. Like, I've been out for like over 8 years at this point, and it's fine to present masculine, to want to be masculine. Why can't you just be masculine? Why can't you just, I don't get it. Like, there's nothing, why do you have he, him? If nothing about you wants to be he, him. It makes no sense whatsoever. No sense to me. The trans part means literally, it means and this is just like one picture, right? There are thousands of other posts on Twitter. Like, there are women on Twitter full on like bikini, like big tits, like hips, like a full female, but they will say he, him. Nothing about you is he, him. And that's just being completely honest and respectful. Oh my god, Maddie, I've had some issues with this for a while. Like, honestly, please just give one thing that suggests he, him, she, her. Like, when I came out as trans, um, big titties are nice, for sure. Who doesn't love big tits? I love big tits. Everyone loves big tits. But you're like, stay on topic. I know you and stay on topic. Come on, stay on topic. So the thing is, it's like, when I first came out as trans, I had to get therapy. I had to get a diagnosis from a psychiatrist and endocrinologist, like 3 4 people. I got diagnosed. I went to therapy. I saw doctors. I saw people. And these days, people don't do anything. They don't even want to transition. They don't even want to look anything like the person they want to transition to. They just go on Twitter, on their Instagram, on their TikTok, looking like this and slap on him. And I feel like someone like me and other trans people, this music is so dramatic. I'm sorry. They just slap on him and just like think it's okay. And it's honestly, it's not okay at all. Because where do we draw the line? Where do we draw the line of being trans, right? Is this where we draw the line? Is where I draw the line, or where the next person draw? Like, where do we draw the actual fine line of being trans? Like, in 2023, anyone can be trans, and that's not how it was when I first came out. You actually had to have it, the dysphoria, and like, you know, I even thought to myself, you know what? I even thought to myself, like, maybe you don't have to have gender dysphoria. I really thought about that, you know. I was like, maybe it's something else. But after seeing this and how people treat being trans, I completely disagree. Like, people treat it like it's something fun and something, like, you can have gender expression and have gender identity problems, but that doesn't mean you are transgender. That just means you have other issues going on that aren't related to you being trans. I find it really disheartening and quite sad, you know? Yeah, it's like mocking it blunt for sure. And they got hormones. Yeah, they're like, I'm on the like, where did like being trans like go from? It was like not really in the media. It was like kind of low key. It was really serious. It was like weird. And now it's like in 2023, it's like, if you're not trans, then you're weird. Like, it's like the big difference. It's like, if you are trans, in like years and years ago, you're the weird one. But these days, if you're not trans, you're weird. Like, everyone is trans. Literally, everyone I have seen, like, everyone is trans. Like, in their bio, like, everywhere. I'm like, what is going on? Like, what is this? My ex is transgender and was with her for a lot of the steps of her transition, and it broke my heart times how she struggled, especially when she had surgery. Exactly. And like, a lot of these people can't even afford surgery also. It's like, it just really like breaks my heart. Like, I don't even want to, just like Blair White said, I 100% agree with her on a lot of her points, but also like, I'm not like, there are sometimes like she can be a bit, you know, but like, I agree with her. Like, I don't think I can identify with being transgender because the term transgender has lost its meaning a lot. Being transgender is like neopronouns. It's not even having a dysphoria. It's like a lot of these different things. And I find that really sad. I really do. I owe her. She saved me from stepping into your baby trap. I don't know what that means. It took me a year to get on hormones. Exactly. And let's not even get started on talking about these kids. Like, I don't know. Let's not even talk about that. That's just crazy, you know? It's not something they've struggled with or had a problem. Literally. It's like, too much. It's too much. I don't know what I am, honestly, because being transgender, it's like, anyone can be transgender. Just slap a label on it. Just slap a label. Okay, this is a really bad comparison, but it's like, it kind of feels like when you train one day to be a doctor, this is really stupid, but just listen. You train one day to be a doctor, one day, and then you slap the label that you're a doctor. You're not a doctor. You haven't been through the steps to be a doctor. You haven't proven yourself. You haven't, like, just, it's like, imagine someone took like a name or something that you are, that you struggled with, and just slapped it on because they wanted to do it for fun, or like, oh my god, look at me, I'm he, him. It's like, but nothing about you is he, him. It, like, even within you, you probably not even he, him. Can I be trans? The question, can I be trans, is wrong. Like, it's not like, can you be trans? It's like, are you trans? And if you are trans, then you are trans. It's not, can you be trans? Sure, in this day and age, you can be trans. Right, anyone can be trans. Apparently. But, like, deep inside, like, it's who you are. Like, you know if you're trans. I knew, like, I was different as a young... You just know. Like, I wake up, like, you just know that you're trans. You don't think about it. I wake up every morning and it's like, oh, I'm a trans girl. Like, it's in your brain. Like, you know how, like, you know how, like, you're a boy? Or, like, you're a girl? Like, you know that you're a girl because you are. You know that you're a boy because you are. You are. That you feel confident and happy in being a girl and being a boy. That's me. Like, I feel very confident being... That's who you... That's just me. That's in my blood. Like, you know? That's in my blood. What if you feel you're both? Well, that's another whole story that we'll have to get into another time. Fairy pronouns. Yeah. Sorry, but you can't post links. What do you about? Yeah, like... With all of these pronouns, of, like, these people having pronouns, right? I don't really give a shit if you have pronouns, right? Like, live your life. If you want to identify as, like, a fucking rock, then you can identify as a fucking rock. But where I have a problem is when they slap transgender on it, and they make it like, oh, I'm trans, plus, here are my pronouns. That's when it has a problem, because you're making it into the trans community, but it's not even trans. Like, you're just using pronouns and maybe changing your hairstyle. It just doesn't make sense to me at all. Maddie, you can't say surprised me with how much we agree on these details. Well, I'm not even trying to be mean or trying to invalidate these people. I'm trying to just say, like, hey, like, being trans is this, and how it always has been. Why in these sudden recent years are we taking away the actual definition of being trans, and these people are coming into the trans community and, like, charading what they want, and if we don't like bend over and accept what they want, then we get cancelled. People like me and other trans people who have struggled, we get in trouble because we're not, like, agreeing to these new terms and new ideologies. Are just really wrong. Like, they just don't make sense in what we have been fighting for the past, like, so long. Remember, this is all coming from one of the most genuine person who was also transgender and is exactly all about the struggles. And now people are like, oh, look, Maddie, I'm without any tensions. Yeah, it's like they want to travel. It's like they want to travel the road of being trans without even traveling it. They just want to just do it just for fun. It's like, no. You want to see my nails? Hi, 21, what's up? It's sped into mainstream, exactly. Wanting to be an animal or a rock is not a trans identity. I totally agree. Exactly. Like, I get comments as well that are like, oh my god, being trans is not like 72 genders. And it's like, I get comments like that, and I'm like, low-key, I agree with you. I can't outright say it all the time because then I'll be a bitch. Then I'll be like, being trans is female or male. That's how I knew it when you transition to another gender. Female or male. Trans girl, trans boy. That's how I knew it. But these days, it's like totally... I don't even know. I don't even know what there is. And Yeah. It's crazy. Trans come from the world transitioning, so I don't know why that part got thrown out. Literally, like 100% transition. Don't get it. Yeah, I can see why. MZ, like, I can't even hate on these people who, I can't even, like, that say, oh my god, like, that get the word mixed up, because every single other person is, like, 72 genders, neopronouns, like, so many different things, and, like, people looking like this, blown out full women, calling themselves trans masculine, like, what? There's a reason why I don't want to be in these communities, because it's like, I wouldn't fit in. I really wouldn't fit in. And I'm not saying that. It's like, oh my god, I'm special. Oh my god, no, I am not special. I'm obviously not special, because I'm not fitting these terms, which is really the trendy, like, I'm going against it, and which is honestly even worse, honestly. Personally, Maddie, my point of view is once you get diagnosed and you start taking hormones, and you're confident that this is the path that you want to go down, you're trans. Yeah, exactly. Like, the people that just put pronouns in their bio, it's just like I'm fine for that. Like, if you want to put pronouns in your bio, and if you want to identify as other things, that's perfectly fine. But that is not transgender. That is not gender dysphoria. That is not a deep struggle inside from a young age. That is you being something completely different that does not correlate, you know? So, yeah. Oh my god, not me being like a little political girl talking about that. And if anyone has a problem, if anyone in my chat right now disagrees, you're more than welcome to like talk. Like, I'm not gonna hate you because you disagree. Like, this is an open conversation. Like, I don't hate you. Like, I love you. Like, we're all people. But yeah, you know what I mean? I don't believe in God because I haven't seen him. We're on the same wavelength. I love that. We're on the same wave. Like, I'm with this music. I think it's this music. I am all for, like, if you want to believe in God and like follow like a path and a journey and a religion, I love that. That's amazing. If you want to believe in God, I love that. Like, I truly can. I love that. That's amazing. Like, you do that. Like, if that makes you feel like on a journey, on a path, and like it makes you feel good and like at peace, I love that. I really do. But that's not for me, you know? Right, MZ? Does anyone have any comments about that they want to add? Because I'm going to move on to my next topic. Hi, Hora. I don't have anything else to say on this topic. Okay. Hot take, but transgender has a root meaning in the term transitioning, which means to move from one gender to another. Literally, but like at the same time, Blunt, I 100% agree with you, 100%, a billion. But it feels like if you say that in like someone else's stream, if you say that in someone else, like in a different place, you will be hated. Like, people would attack you. They'll be like, oh, how dare you, Blunt, say that? Like, that's not true. That's like, people would attack you for having that, for thinking that. And that's really scary. These people that think that way are very aggressive, very, oh, how dare you not think that way? How dare you say that? It's like, but what about my feelings as a trans person? Like, you have hundreds of thousands of people rooting for you, liking you, and like, what about me? Why can't I have my opinion with my struggles and my feelings? That is like, honestly, 99% of the time, a lot harder because we actually have gender dysphoria. It's like, it's mind-blowing. Like, you want to be open to a community and welcome everyone, but once like someone like a real trans person with gender dysphoria talks about their emotions and their struggles, it's, oh no, hush hush, don't. And that's what is really damaging. Literally, if I'm not on my own stream, I won't mention it anywhere else because I'll get ridiculed. I'll be cancelled. I'm really scared. Like, I'm even scared now. I really am. But I trust you guys. I love you guys. I know you guys are amazing. So, yeah. Do you think cucks are cringe? If cucks are giving me money, I don't think it's cringe because I'm benefiting from it. But if they're not, then it's kind of like, what's the point, you know? Yes, Maddie, you get cancelled for saying that. Literally. Literally. Younger generation thinks it's a trend and parents don't understand. Literally, that's also another thing that we can go into, is that like parents, I feel sad for the parents because these parents are being like brainwashed by social media that transitioning and these pronouns is like the right thing to do. It's not the right thing to do in a lot of cases. And then in return, those parents are pushing that ideology onto the kids, which it's like a cycle. It's like a repeating cycle that is just horrible for everyone involved because it's just wrong. And it's in Australia, it's very different in Australia because we go through like the doctor's appointments, we go through like the lengths and like the measures to make sure that we are trans. But like in America and like other places, it's like right away, like one appointment and like, you know. Hi, we good. How are you? How are you? How are you? And avoid trust addresses on the parents. Yeah, I saw this article, MZ, that I think it was from Blair White. I saw an article of this mom was pushing the child to be trans, and the news article person asked the child, do you think you're a girl? And the child, like word by word, said, my mom says I'm a girl, which is really sad. Like the child even said, my mom says I'm a girl, not the child, the mom. So the mom is pushing this ideology onto these kids, and the poor dad tried to like get custody and try to stop it. He can't stop it. He can't stop it. Hi James, I'm good. How are you? Yeah, MZ, like, how sad is that? Oof. Depressing. I think it's really interesting that people want to be trans, but in my head, it's someone wanting to be other gender rather than transitional title type thing. Like when I came out as trans, I'm sure like other trans people too, like it's not like a celebration. You're not exactly celebrating being trans. You feel good. It's like, it might feel exciting, but like, you're not like celebrating. Like, it's not like a big celebration, no. It's kind of like, oh, like my kid is trans. Like, how do you go about this? Like it's a struggle. Trans equals struggle. But in 2023, trans equals celebration.